Alright, we are back, and the first thing I want to announce is I got a replacement camera for the camera that went into the water a couple of videos ago. The one that went into the water, I got the battery out of it as quick as I could. I let it sit for a couple of weeks, and it turned on once, but there was water in the lens, so the color was all messed up, and then after that it wouldn't even turn on. So right now I'm using a Canon M50 mirrorless camera. It's brand new to me, so I have no idea how this is going to come out, but we shall see. Last video I had pulled up, or I'd pulled up the whole barrel of rocks in my 12-pound LotO, and the total weight was 15 pounds, 15.9 ounces. In the background, you can probably hear it's still running. It's been running for 2 weeks in straight 60 grit. I'm going to take it outside, clear everything off, get all the water out I can, and we're going to pop it up there and see how much rock we have gotten rid of. I found another video that claims you lose about 20% in the total process. Now, my theory would be you lose much more in step one than you lose in any of the other steps. But we shall see. I'll be back in internet time in a blink of the eye, and we will be weighing the rocks in the 12-pound LotO. Okay, we are back, and I have the barrel out. There's still a little water on the outside of it, so here we go. I'm going to try to get all the water off of it that I can. I put the rocks into a colander, rinsed them off, and put them back into the barrel. So there shouldn't be a whole lot of water in the barrel. Okay, we zero out the scale. I don't know if you can read this on this camera or not. Let's see how much this weighs. We are down to 14 pounds, 11.7 ounces. 14 pounds, 11.7. Okay, so that means we've lost 1 pound 4 ounces in 2 weeks. 1 pound 4 ounces in 2 weeks. So on the 26th, 14 pounds, 11.7 ounces. Writing it down. Okay, I'm going to go get the colander, put the rocks back in the water so that they don't dry out, and see if I have anything ready to move on to the LotO. I cleared out the LotO a couple of days ago, and I really didn't have anything to fill it back up with because I hadn't opened this up yet, and I was waiting for this camera to come in so I could try it out. Alright, so I will be back briefly, and I've got another little side project that I'm going to film as well, so I'll be back in blink of an eye. Alright, I'm back. The new thing that I was working on is that a friend of mine gave me a rock that he picked up in Wyoming, and he wanted me to polish it for him. Well, he wanted me to tumble it for him. And basically, when I looked at it, I thought it was probably Amazonite, and it is pretty small to start with. Okay, now, I was afraid that it would pretty much just disappear, so I got out the 3-pound tumbler, and I decided to try an experiment that I'd been talking about doing maybe later as my last tumble before winter. So what I did was I took a fairly large piece of rose quartz that I had. Okay, if you look, it's about the size of the palm of my hand. Okay, and I put it in a 3-pound tumbler with a bunch of large ceramic media. And I put the rock that my buddy gave me in with it. Okay, and the idea, and I used 60-90 grit instead of the straight 60 that I normally use. And the idea was to try to minimize how much of this rock that I took apart. Well, here's what I have left. Okay, I don't know if I can zoom up that close. It looks like maybe I can. Okay, and I'm afraid to take much else off. There's a smooth section here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the LotO and I'll see what happens. Okay, if I don't get any shiny on it, then maybe I'm going to have to start over and put it in another week in the 3 pound. But you can see this is a pretty small rock already, and I just don't want it to completely disappear. Since I have a double 3 pounder, I decided to put some other green rocks in it. I think I had some, I don't know how you say it, I call it chrysicula, but C-H-R-Y-S, and it ends up in C-O-L-L-A. Off the top of my head, I can't swear how to spell it, but I put some of that in there, and I'm gonna, hopefully give him a little more than what he gave me. And here is what I have out of the 12-pound tumbler to put into the LotO. I've got a fair number of rocks that I thought were ready. So next week, well, 9 days, I'll have a pretty good chunk of rocks to come out of the LotO. All right, so I think that's going to conclude this video. Happy tumbling. Hope you get some shiny. One last thing, so I'm not gone yet. When I opened up the 3 pound barrel with the rock my friend gave me, the rose quartz, and the ceramic media, there was about an inch thick layer of ceramic media pasted to the bottom with grit. So this idea doesn't seem to be working really well. So it'll be, I'm still probably going to try the experiment with the larger rock in the 12 pound and using pebble gravel as a media to help keep that larger rock moving and tumbling. But if all the grit is going to end up pasted to the bottom, then it's obviously not going to work real well. Next week when I open this barrel, I'll film it so we can see if it happened again. It may have just been a fluke. Alright, so this time that's really it, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy tumbling. Okay, last time, seriously. The last time I did the LotO, I put a little less material in it, and I got some really good movement, better than usual, I think, for me. So I am going to try to keep doing that. So if you look, it's filled up a little bit less than when I typically fill it up, and it seems to be moving very well. So that said, end of the video for real this time. Have a great one. See you in the next video. Happy tumbling.